Hey YouTube. So corny. I just wanted to check in about a couple of things and tell you about a massive new project that's coming up. But I gotta follow up first on the last couple of videos. I was starting the process of working on a new song, and I wanted to finish a song by the end of the month. And there was gonna be a video. Part of my goal there was to also do like a Patreon push toward the end. The timing was terrible, and I just sort of dropped it, and I'm sorry. So if you were watching this and expecting this video, I apologize. The timing was wrong, and I think the project was wrong. And that's okay, right? Like, I'm in this process of like being this independent artist and trying to follow, you know, where I'm led. I wasn't led into that project. Like, as I was working on it and coming up with different ideas, and the whole thing was a little forced, and instead of following an idea, an actual creative idea, I was following, I don't know what I was following. It just wasn't right. In the midst of it, yeah, I mean, that pretty much sums it up. And the way that I know that is now I have an idea that is right, and it's super exciting. So, yeah, I'm going to India. I'm going to take a trip to India probably in the spring of, oh, P.S. I'm at Tamerlane Farm right now, where I wrote most of the animal show and where I had the experiences that are within it. It's so beautiful, look. I mean, this is just part of it. Maybe you can hear the running water. I don't know if the mic is picking that up. So, yeah, so, wow. I guess I want to throw one little bit out. Like, one of the things that has shifted for me majorly, and it was after I did the 30 Days to Wellness with Mark and Jamie, which I talked about in videos previous to this one. I came out of that 30 days with a new openness and a new sense of openness, that's the best word, which inspired me to start dating. And what happened when I started dating, and I'm dating one person, I'm trying to keep that sort of, I want to talk about my experience with that, and not that. Yeah, so one of the things that happened is that I haven't dated in an extremely long time. It's been a long time, like 20 years, since I dated someone I really like. So I didn't learn how to date during that 20 years. So it's been a little bit over the top. Emotionally, I've been feeling very elevated. And one of the things that's helping with that is to remember the things that fill me up in my life. And one of them is creating. And so one of the things that happened, it was literally last week, I was like, okay, I'd finished the album and the book, and I have all this time off from teaching, and I have all this idle time to sort of let my wheels spin about, I don't want to say nonsense, but about things that they don't need to be spinning about. So I decided to redirect that energy back to my work. And it remembered a conversation I had with a new friend named Kim Stallwood, who I met at the Compassion Arts Culture and Animals Foundation weekend thing. I can't remember what the thing was called. It was a whole weekend of performers, speakers, what do you call the people? What do you call them people that are scholastic and shit? You know, scholars, who were talking about animal rights stuff and sort of this intersection of art and animal rights. So I got to perform at that, and I also met this amazing guy named Kim Stallwood who told me about his India experience, working with a couple of organizations there. And I remembered it last week, and I remembered I had sort of put it on a back burner, and I was like, okay, time to reach out to Kim and see about this. So I did, and we messaged back and forth on Facebook for a while, and then finally he was like, I think we should have a conversation. So we had maybe an hour-long FaceTime conversation, and we talked about what it would be like for me to go there. And, you know, I haven't traveled out of the country since high school. So, and India is one of the most difficult places to travel, I'm told. So why not choose India as a place to go? So I wrote an email to this organization called Animals Aid Unlimited, and they are very excited to have me come. One of the co-founders wrote me back this beautiful, lovely email, complimentary about the work sample that I sent her, and they really want me to come. So I'm going. Probably, I stopped saying probably, in the spring I'm going to India. And I'm going to spend a month. working with them. I told them I wanted to be as hands-on as possible. They do street rescues. As you might probably know, there are lots of animals on the streets of India. The city I'm going to is Udaipur. I think I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. And I'm going to spend a week with them, doing rescues on the street, documenting my time there, and it's going to be a new show. So the animal show feels backburnered for now. I'm doing the show in Boston in October. Watch out for those dates. But the exciting thing is, I'm going to fucking India. Pardon my French. So yeah, so I'm gonna go. That's it. In preparation for that, I want to get this YouTube channel amped up. I have a couple of projects on the back burner, which should have been my priority over doing a brand new song. I still have a single I'd like to release from the animal show. It's called Their Eyes, and there's footage and a video that I'm going to create from when I was at LA Animal Save over my tour last year. So that's coming out. I have some footage from a silent vigil that was beautiful we did outside of Canada Goose last winter, which I've been promising to finish forever, and I just haven't. So those two things are my priority now. Once that's wrapped up, I'm gonna start a series of just little biographies of, maybe not even biographies, little capsule interviews. Well, I'll see how this turns out, of various people in New York City who devote their lives to animals. So in preparation for my trip to India, which I would like to do a much better job of documenting than I did last summer when I carried this camera with me on tour. And I did some stuff. And I'm still pretty new to videography, but I want to practice in that time. And one of the other things that's making me wait until spring to do this trip is that I gotta get on top of my personal life. I've been spending money on the show, on making the album and the book, on traveling on tour, and not working that much because, you know, I've been working on these other projects. So leading up to spring, I'm gonna focus on money, making money, paying off some debt, getting some healthcare stuff taken care of that I've been avoiding. Not avoiding, I just have been focusing my energy elsewhere, and I only have a certain amount of funds. And I'm still, my work, even with my Patreon page and funding, I still am losing money making my work. That's just the truth. So these projects I can do I don't have to put money into them. I'll be putting time into them. So I can do that, work on healthcare stuff, so much dental stuff, but it's okay. I'm gonna work a lot, get this healthcare stuff, put money aside, keep creating content that doesn't cost me money to create, except for a couple of little things that'll be very inexpensive. And that's it. And then come March, April or March, I'm going to India for a month. So that's where I'm at. That's where things are with this channel, with my work in general. If you want to stay on top of things, the best place to do it is patreon.com/Michael Harren, where you can become a member for like $2 a month. And everything goes there first. Like, I've already told them this whole project. I'm at Michael Harren everywhere on social media. I would love to get some momentum from you people who are watching this and perhaps interested in this work that I do. So anyway, I think that's... Do I hear a duck? That should be the name of this video. Do I hear a duck? Watch out for more videos on here. There's gonna be like these polished videos, but I'm gonna do more vlogging and talk about the process of getting my shit together to go to India, which is gonna be pretty interesting because I have actually no idea how to make this happen. I'm gonna be applying for funding and all that kind of stuff. So thanks for, I've been doing videos on this channel for many years, and from even before I did Tentative Armor, so it's interesting that this whole timeline, you know, I feel like I neglect my YouTube channel a lot, partly because video still feels a little bit cumbersome to me, but my goal for the next few months, I guess about 6 months before I go, is to really start creating video, experiment with how I put it together, and start finding my videographic voice, if you will, as I lead up into going to fucking India. Yeah, so I'm excited. Thanks for being along for the ride, and follow me on social media, join my Patreon page, or just watch these YouTube videos. I'm grateful for whatever type of interest, like clicking, subscribe clicking, tweet following, heart liking, Instagram, story, message sending, whatever you do. I'm really grateful for the fact that you're interested in what I'm doing. And I'd love to hear from you. All right, thanks, and I'll see you soon.